Hey fellas, big pleb here. I haven't done a Patreon video like this in so long, but I'm just making this because as you might have seen, I posted the Sonus environment. Hold on, let me turn off my row of thirds because I barely used it anyway. I'm just making this video because, as you might have seen, I recently posted this this Sonus environment, or one of these Sonus environments, because there's going to be a couple scenes set in this like location. A lot of people asked me, a lot of artists that I know, when I posted this in the development team server, because you know there's like a Discord server with all the people that are working on the show. I posted this and a couple people asked me to like break it down, which I thought was kind of strange because it's really a quite simple thing, but I can kind of understand where they're coming from because like if you combine a bunch of simple stuff, it becomes a lot less simple and easy to understand because I guess it just builds up. I don't know, but this is what learning is all about. So I'm just going to show you some really useful techniques that you can apply basically anywhere. Some are more like broadly applicable than others, but I'm sure there's something you can take from all of them. So to start off, let me just break it out. So obviously once you pan out, it's a lot less it's a lot more easy to understand, I suppose. You'll see here that the way I did this mist is literally just, if I go into the shader editor here, it is literally just a gradient texture. I had to rotate it a little bit so that it was going upwards and not sideways. But you can see here, I've thrown this into a color ramp to make that sort of like yellow to orange. And then I've got another color ramp here, which like by default, this would be like solid black. You can use solid black, but the reason I made it quite light is so that you can still see through it, so it creates more of a misty effect. But I use this for like a shit ton of my lights, you have no idea. It's a really cool like way of stylizing your lighting. Okay, so another example of this sort of gradient lighting that I use a lot of the time is in the voice actor short that I made. I've made some slight tweaks to it since the Patreon post because the Patreon like teaser thingy is gonna look way different from the final. The only real differences are color grading, and I added like these nice little outlines to Kevin to make him look all rough and stuff, which I think is tough. Hey, that rhymes. Anyway, I'm just gonna go mute the voice actors. As good as they are, they're gonna get in the way. Sorry, guys. But you'll see here in this viewport, we've got these little cones where the light are. But you can see here, actually, you can see it best in the first shot. I've got these lights here that are like they've got this little cone around them, and this uses the same method that I talked about earlier with the gradient textures, like literally the exact same. And if anything, it's slightly worse because I haven't gradiented the color. It's just a solid color that's been just gradiented. Is that a word? That has been transitioned. That's the word I'm looking for. Into just transparency. So this could be better, but you know, this is not one of the first times I use this method, and I'm really proud of it, and I will be stealing this again. You can see here also for the walls, I used this, like, I know this looks like really complicated modeling or whatever, like I just randomly went and extruded stuff. I used this really cool add-on called Random Flow. It's paid on Blender Market, but if you just go to like, I'm teaching you how to pirate here. It's not piracy, it's provided by Blender. If you go to get extensions and then you type in Random Flow, it'll come up and you can install it without having to pay like the 60 bucks it is. It's because it's not worth 60 bucks, I'm gonna be real. It's a good add-on, but no add-on is worth that much. Just a little tutorial because it's really bland. You need to select the faces that you want to use it on, and then press Shift Q, or you know, you need to select the faces that you want to edit with it. Go back into object mode, then press Shift Q, I think it is? Yeah. And then you can just figure it out from there. Just saying, it's pretty vague. Anyway, back to the other guy. Okay, anyway, besides that, this is relatively simple. Basically, what you do is you throw your gradient texture into two color ramps. One is the color that you want the actual like mist or light or whatever you're making to look like. Ignore this. This is for later. And then you throw that into either an emission shader or just into your normal mix shader. It doesn't really matter. I like to use emission if it's for lights, but sometimes in this case I didn't, because you know it's supposed to be like mist, or colored mist. It's weird. Sonus is weird. I don't know how it works. And then this one here basically determines how, like, you throw this into the factor of the mix shader and then you mix it with a transparent BSDF. So what this is doing is this is telling Blender, hey, can you as the gradient gets darker, so if I switch to here, as it becomes less dark and more white, can you make that more transparent, basically? I mean, I'm sure most of you know how mix shaders work, or how color ramps work, but in case anyone here is, like, relatively new to Blender, I figured I'd just explain that. And another thing that was mentioned a lot was the windows, which caught me even more off guard because it's literally just a brick texture. Ignore all of this extra gobbledygook. What this is doing, I'll explain the brick texture first. Essentially, this is all you need, like, literally just these three. If you have just these three nodes, and you don't even need these two, really. I just have them there because I like it. I'm a node wrangler nerd. But, this is what you get if you just have these three nodes. So basically, brick textures are absolutely goated if you want to do, like, stylized windows. So please use these. You'll have to make a couple changes, though. I'm thinking I might update this, so it has, like, sort of reflections on it. Not, like, real reflections, but more so, like, wave textures, you know, the kind of thing you see on, like, Steph's model. And basically, it's doing something really similar. This is being run through something that basically changes the color, the hue of specific shaders in time with the beat, because that's what Sonus is all about. But we're not going to talk about that just yet. I'm going to save that for last, because that's even, it's so funny how simple that is. You can probably see what it is already, just from the node group. And then basically what this is doing is this is just the shader for the metal, I guess, or like the sort of the walls, which you can't really see that well, but I put it there anyway just so that my OCD would be happy. I don't have OCD. But I should have made it in a group, to be fair. So it's the same, so this over here, it's literally just the material that is used here, like exactly the same, bar for bar, slightly changed one of the colors. And then what's happening is I'm running the brick texture through a color ramp node, which is really, 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 really tiny. So what this is producing is, this is the output that it's producing, right? And so what this mix is doing, once this is being thrown into the factor, this is saying anything that's black, make it the same texture as that, or the same shader, pretty much. And if it's not, then emit the window light that we've made here with the brick texture, right? Okay. The light in the windows is pretty self-explanatory, literally just a gradient texture thrown into a color ramp, again with the beat hue thing turned on. And then finally, on that topic, this thing, it's literally just a hue saturation value node. I don't know why it seems so much harder to do. It's literally just this. So all I need to do, because I'm lazy, all I need to do is just go into this node group, animate this hue factor, and boom. And it even works on the sky, because you can throw that into the sky. Actually, I'll mention. Oh, actually, the sky's pretty cool. I found a really good YouTube tutorial on it, but if you just want to copy what I have, because essentially what this is doing is this is taking a noise texture and like squashing the fuck out of it. Like you can kind of see it there in those clouds, and then stretching it along. And one thing that you can do, I turned it off very recently just when I was rendering it as a GIF, because it would look really weird when I rendered it as a GIF. But here, you can type into this rotation. I'm actually going to make this full screen. If you ever want to screenshot this or apply it to your own work, go ahead. It's a really cool skybox. I like messing around with skyboxes. But if you animate this value, like, really slowly, like, hashtag frame, divided by, like, I don't know, like, 2,500, or something stupidly slow like that, what you do is you get this really cool effect of, like, the things, like, evolving. If I make this go longer, you'll see what I mean, right? So that's really cool. And that's probably what I'll do for the final one, and the final animation. I just turned that off earlier, so that I could make it a GIF, and it would look seamless, and cool, and awesome, and cool, and seamless. Yeah, also, Speedy wanted me to add the Twin Towers, so... Hush, Al-Qaeda hasn't hit yet. Other than that, everything's fairly self-explanatory. I did these panels using this add-on called Random Flow, and it's absolutely amazing. You'll see I used it in the voice actor short that I kind of showed you earlier. Maybe a future me will break that down. I don't know, you already saw the section, did I? Ooh. But yeah, really, really simple. Also, these, like, outlines for the buildings, if I will select them, please. Here we go. These, like, outlines for the buildings, here, you see this, like, purple thing? You notice this also changes, because this is just using the same material that the, lights here are. I don't know why I did that, I just think it looks cool. But other than that, that's basically it for the breakdown. But, yeah, that's all for me. Hopefully it's helped. And, yeah, if you want me to make more tutorials like this, please tell me, because I think that it's quite fun breaking down my environments. Anyway, I'm gonna stop stalling.